Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, we are going to discuss some of the most asked interview questions of 2023, and this is a part one series of that. And let us get started without wasting much time. If you're new to my channel, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and don't forget to give a comment so that it can reach a wider audience. So you all know that I have posted multiple videos on different companies, so this is a video is like collection of all of that so that it can help you in getting started for your preparing interview preparation. So the first set of questions is related to entity data that was asked in maybe in Q3. So here, the first question is about tell me about yourself and the project that you have worked. So, this is one question that you need to focus a lot. Okay, so I think I have said enough in every of my video that we need to answer this question. We need to prepare for this question. Try to always know like what kind of dashboards you are creating. Okay, what is the problem that you are solving, or what is that you are achieving using the dashboard. Okay, so that is something that we need to answer, and when you are doing so, we all need to know, like say, what is our data source, like say how are we getting the data, like is there any data preparation that is happening or ETL team is doing. All of that we need to first know. Okay, so while answering this, you can also cover, like say, what was your role in the project, and what kind of dashboard functionalities, KPIs you have created in that, so that you need to talk about that in this first question. It is very important. Okay, so if you need any help regarding this question, you can reach out to me by taking the membership. I will definitely help you out in getting fine tuning your answer for this. Second one is challenges faced and what kind of parameters are created in the recent project. Now, parameters is one very important and very important concept in real time. So there might be a lot of situations or scenarios where you might have implemented parameters. So I suggest or encourage all of you to have at least 4 to 5 scenarios ready with using parameters. It can be your YTD, MTD implementation, or it can be your rolling 12 calculations that we have seen, or it can be last and in days or months or something like that. Okay, so you can also do something related to that. So or it can be a simple sheet swapping. So I think I've created a dedicated video related to parameters. You can definitely watch, and I think we have enough scenarios in our channel. You can try to cover all of that. It is definitely going to help you not only from interview perspective but also from real time implementation perspective. Next one is what is dual axis and blended axis. So this is one question that was asked multiple times in multiple interviews. So what is difference here? So if I go to my Tableau, and if I try to take, maybe like say, I'm taking this region here, and I'm just pulling that into the view here, and when I pull my sales into my rows. Okay, so it is creating one axis for us, right? So this is one axis. Likewise, if I pull my profit into the view, this is your second axis that is creating. So it is one axis, individual axis, second axis for profit, two different axes. So if I want to merge these two axes together, dual axis comes into picture. Click on this, and there is a concept called as dual axis. It is going to merge those two. So on the left it is sales, and it is on the right it is sales. So profit, sorry. So these two axes are there. So that's why it is called as a dual axis concept. But likewise, if at all I want to play with you know blended axis concept, I'll simply take this and I'll just drop it onto the view. Now, if you observe, There is only single axis here. It is not double axis or dual axis, like say separate for sales or profit. It is only single axis that is working. So, and we are also getting measure values here. So the type of view that is getting created is also little different. So that difference you need to observe. So it is called as dual axis and blended axis. Okay, so next is parameter actions. If at all you want to update your parameter values using actions, or you want to pass values using parameters, we have an option called as parameter actions. So recently, not recently, but this is one of the frequently used actions along with the other actions called as set actions. So do let me know if you need, like say, scenarios on parameter actions and set actions. I'll try to come up with videos on that. But it is very important from real time implementation. So lot of situations or lot of scenarios we do using set actions, and simultaneously using parameter actions also we can do. Okay. So next is what is assume referential integrity and cardinality. Assume referential integrating means you are telling Tableau that for every column that you are trying to map, there is identical row in that. So you are telling that. Okay. Cardinality means it is about the granularity and all. So you can talk about those two things in referential integrity and cardinality. Cardinality is in the sense for every record that is there, how many records are you expecting? Is it one to many relationship or it is a one to one relationship? So you can talk about that in cardinality. So how to create a reference line with a user filter? What is the approach? Okay. So here, when we are creating charts, you can create a reference line by right clicking on this, and we have add a reference line concept. So here, if at all we want to make that as dynamic, we can use a parameter approach and do that. So that we have seen again in our parameter use cases. So again, if you need any video on that, you can definitely try to tell me. But once we create that here, instead of this, I can definitely create new parameter and I can write, just it will create parameter for me. Now one, here it is. So if at all I want based on the value, it will come here. Okay, so like that we can implement reference line using parameter. So how to add grand totals to stacked bar, and how which can easily converted into a cross tab sheet. Again, adding grand totals is something that is very important. Let me know if you know the answer for this. Okay, let me see how many of you can answer it. Okay, it is very easy. All you need to do is first you have to add totals and then do it. Next is what are the different types of LODs. So LODs, like we spoke earlier, there are four types: fixed, include, exclude, and table level or table scoped. So fixed means what is the dimension that you are fixing, at which level of data you want your aggregations to be fixed. Okay, that is fixed LOD. So for this, like the standard syntax is something like this: fixed. So anything that is enclosed in flower braces, Tableau will treat that as an LOD expression. So fixed is the keyword or the scope word that you are telling or defining, followed by the dimension that you want, followed by colon, and then one aggregated field, like say sum of sales. So at this dimension, what is the aggregation you are specifying? So always remember, in LOD expressions, we need to have one aggregated field so that it can help us, or that is the standard syntax that is there. Okay, so you can always have multiple dimensions here, like say dimension 1 comma dimension 2 comma dimension 3, something like this. Okay, if at all you want to write multiple dimensions, that also you can see. So always try to understand what is the level of data that you have in the view. Like say here I am going, here I have region, right? So I can have multiple fields here. So region, I have state, I have, which means I need sales at region and state level, right? Then I need to specify these two in the view. Then that is when my aggregation will be fixed. Okay, so for each region, for each state, what is your sales, something like that. Okay, so try to ensure that ensure whatever you have in the view are in the LOD expression so that your calculations are returning correct values. Include, if at all you want to include any extra dimensions other than what is available in the view, then that is include LOD. If at all you want to exclude something from the view that is already present, then that is an exclude LOD. Table means it is on the whole, like irrespective of what dimension is there, you want to find out the uh, values on the whole. Then in that situations you will go with the table scoped LOD, like you want to find out the minimum order date in the database, or you want to find out a maximum order date or maximum salary of the employee from the entire organization. Then in that situations you can go with table scoped LOD. Okay, again the syntax will remain same. Okay, so everything like say here flower braces followed by scoping word followed by dimension, then followed by your aggregated field. Simple like that. Okay, so we have also seen how we can write nested LODs and try to, yeah, that's about LOD expressions. Next, here we have some questions from LTI Mindtree. Like say, while blending, we get star marks, and when blend is not properly working, why? Okay, so when do we get star mark? Okay, I don't know how many of you remember or know. If you know the answer, you can definitely comment in the comment section. So when Tableau finds that there are more than one probability for the combination of data that you are taking, then in that situation, Tableau will get confused like what is the value that I need to bring in from my secondary data source. So that is when it will try to show star mark in the result set, telling that I am confused was how to fix. So if there is a record present for every matching value, then in that case star marks will not be there. Like say here if I go, so here state Illinois is there, but in other database for Illinois you have multiple entries. Okay, then in that situation it might throw an error, like say which record do I need to pick, something like that. Okay, so that is when we get a star mark. Okay, so next is questions from Flex again. So again, tell me about yourself and asked about client. So here most of the cases, we generally what I have observed is we do not have much information, or we fail to explain about the client to which we are working, what is their expectation and all. So try to have some points about your client. Okay, and apart from telling about yourself, having knowledge on what client does, what is their functional, I mean what is their core business, what are they looking in the report, you should know all about that. Okay, explain one complex scenario. I think this was one viral question that went viral in 2023. I think everywhere in your L2 rounds and L3 rounds, this was one common question that was asked, like what is complex scenario. See, you need not worry when you hear that term complex. So it can be any situation that you have worked in Tableau. Okay, so it can be complex scenario, can be related to your design. Okay, it can be related to limitations. Okay, it can be related to data, or it can be related to requirements, or it can also be related to performance. So you can talk about anything that you feel you are comfortable in, but challenges or scenarios can come from any places. Okay, so like say you have implemented one complicated not simple use case you have implemented, like say above we talked about here rolling 12 YTD, and also this is one complex use case for you. Maybe for me it is easy, but for you it is complex. Okay, so just try to explain any scenario that you have worked or so that you can talk about that. Okay, so that's about the complex scenario that you can talk about. How much data you have used. So again, one, what is the volume of data is one common question that we get regularly. Okay, so you can tell what is the volume of your data. Let me know in the comment section what is the volume of data, or what is the answer for this that you tell. If you were given this question, whether you will tell I got 100 records, or you will tell I got records in millions or billions. Okay, so let us see what is the common answer we will see. Okay, so again, there is no right, there is no wrong to this. My volume might differ from the volume that you are using in your project. Okay, but the interviewer or recruiter is looking for a reasonable answer. Okay, so let us see. You can comment it. What is the volume of data that you have, that you are using in your project, and we will see what is the common number we come to. You know. A conclusion. How do you improve dashboard performance, and what are the steps you take? Okay, again, this is one repeated question that is asked in multiple interviews. So always try to do a performance recording on your dashboard, so that you know where you are lagging. So is it the data source, is it your query, or is it the calculation, or is it the design that is causing a bottleneck in the project? So based on that, you can take necessary steps, either by limiting the data, either by removing unnecessary fields. You can take that, you can take actions and do optimizations on the data. Okay, so it is important for you. So next is, again, this performance recording can be done at the server level and also at your desktop level. You can do it wherever you want, and analyze that file that will get generated once you do performance recording. Based on that, you can take necessary actions. And in latest versions, I think you can also see very clearly where is the problem, and also it will show you according to the best of performance. We have an option called as optimizer, and you can use that and take the action accordingly. Okay, so next is between row level security. I think again, it is important to know row level security, how we can do. So this can again be implemented using multiple message methods, using DB approach. You can see using user functions you can do, or directly you can limit it using the other functions that are available in Tableau. Okay, so next is between joins and union all. So this and difference between. So this is something that is related to SQL. I think we should be aware of these questions. Joins, we can talk about all the different joins and data, the result of that data that we get based on the joins that we are doing. So left join is there. What is the result? Right join, inner join, outer join. Okay, so we should be in a state that we know what will be the result based on based on based on the join that we are doing. So if you're doing an inner join, we know that only common records will come, right? So if we are doing a left join, we know that all the data from our left table will come into picture, but only matching record will come from the right table, right? So this type of analysis you need to do on your data and use joins accordingly. And then we have another question called as union versus union all. Again, this is one repetitive question that you will be getting in future as well. So here difference is like one is without duplicate and one is with the duplicate. That is the only difference. Okay. But one thing we need to ensure is, the structure of data that you have in this and in this should be same. Otherwise, union and union all might not work accordingly. Okay. So in joins, to do a join, we know that at least one common column we need to have. Again, one question, cross question you might get here is, can I make a join if there is no common column between two tables? Okay, let me know if you know the answer for this. This was again the question that was asked. How will you establish a relationship between two tables if there is no common column, but still I want to get the data? Okay, so again, what is difference between where and having? Okay, where is like having is applied on applying after group by is added, whereas where is definitely comes after from. Okay, so next question is related to DBS company. Okay, again, tell me about your project and roles on responsibilities. So try to focus on this question a lot. Okay, this is where your next questions are, because the interviewer will get to know about you based on this only. So it is very important for us how many dashboards you have created till now. So you can always calculate based on number of years into maybe per year. If you take 4 to 5 dashboards, again there are two different things here, dashboards and reports. So try to get a clarity like what is the intention of the interviewer. So reports are always limited, dashboards are always more than the reports that you are created. Like say here, this Tableau book one is one report for me. Okay, but within this I can have a number of dashboards, right? So dashboards will always be huge in number, but reports will always be less in number. So that difference you need to make, or you need to ensure. Okay, so next is physical layer and logical layer. Okay, so physical layer is the actual layer where you are establishing joins, whereas logical layer is where you are establishing a relationship between the data. Okay, so that is this is like something new that has come in Tableau, and with this you will not need again the need of joins anymore. Okay, I think most of the use cases you can solve it using logical layer. Okay, next is between index and rank. Index is simple generating numbers for each row of the data that is available, whereas rank is giving a rank value to the measure that you are specifying. Okay, so based on measure, like say sales, you want to specify what is their rank. So you can specify whether it is a descending, ascending, and all of that you can specify in rank. So you can also talk about different rank functions that we have in Tableau. Okay, so like say we have rank, dense rank, rank unique, rank percentage, all that we can talk about here. Okay, so next is what is context filter. Again, one of the repetitive question, and I think it is coming from like last 2 years, I think. So it's like a filter on a filter, or a filter on a temporary table that will get created in the memory, and on that you are applying another filter, that is context filter in simpler terms. And then again, what is heat map and tree map, and how what is dashboard optimization. Again, we got individual and blended access in this here also. And what is calculated field? Calculated field means what? If you are trying to create something new from your existing thing, you are deriving a value, then those type of things are called as a calculated field. Okay, so I hope this gave you some gist of how the questions will be or how the questions were in 2023. You can expect the questions in similar terms in 2024 as well. So this is a starting video. Let us cover few more questions from few more companies in the next video. Till then, bye bye and have a good day.